sip wine, wine, wine. Kick my feet up when I get time. And as I recline, take another sip, let my thoughts unwind, wine. Sipping and spilling it. Sipping and spilling the tea. Sipping and spilling it.
What's poppin', everyone?
What's poppin'?
How you niggas doing?
Like the baddest motherfucking bitch.
Okay, I feel like a motherfucking bad bitch. I feel like we, for the second time in a row, we are dressed on the same kind of vibe. Because last week we were both dressed up.
Were we dressed up last week?
Yeah, that's when I wore that pink outfit and you wore, what would you wear?
I wore like that little, yeah, okay.
So we were both dressed up because you kept telling me we were both dressed up. I was like, huh? And that's when we were getting shit paid for.
Nah, no, you know what my favorite thing is? To be an unbothered baddie.
Yeah.
Like, I love when niggas see me and Samantha outside, they acknowledge that we are bad bitches. They appreciate that we're bad bitches. They pay for shit for us being bad bitches, but then they don't bother us.
Girl.
Like, this man literally was like, hey, I'm gonna pay for y'all's tab. And we was like, okay.
That's not even how it went. The waiter told us.
I know, but
you know, okay, you were just simplifying
I'm trying to skip the whole long shit.
Okay.
Because
I'm long-winded.
She was very long-winded with it, but I was just trying to get to like, we were leaving. He's like, y'all didn't pay for y'all's tab, did you? We said no. He said you was gonna pay for it. That was what really happened. But he pretty much said he was gonna pay for our shit, and he ain't bother us the entire time. He ain't try to take no shots with us. He ain't try to be in our face. The most he did was ask for an Instagram, and he went about his day. And that's what y'all niggas need to do, is go about your motherfucking day.
But niggas like, I ain't spending all that money and not going home with no motherfucking pussy.
Hello? And I feel like I didn't even know that he was a big deal until I looked him up because I was like, every time people say they have a blue check, I want to know why you have a blue check.
Well, I don't care no more because once you started paying for them hoes, it's like a blue check can be paid for. So
I know, but I mean, he actually was important though. He was an important nigga. He is.
Okay.
Did you not look him up?
I saw his Instagram.
Well, he plays for the Dolphins.
Oh, I did not know.
Yeah, see?
Girl!
Bitch!
I did not know.
Yes,
I just saw a blue check and I don't
he plays for the... I see, Sammy is never gonna be the one that's gonna get us out the hood, but me, because I am a interpersonal check. I'm a journalist.
You see,
freelance.
Even when the whole thing happened, you're like, yeah, let's get the a table together. Let's all talk to them. I'm like,
I looked that nigga
girl,
up.
You don't want to talk to us, so why you want to talk to him?
Because when he said we talking about business, I said, ooh, now I'm more interested. Because he said we talking about business. He didn't want us to sit with him because he was talking about business, not because of other thing else. And I said, what's the business you talking about? He said, real estate investing. I said, okay. See, so you didn't hear the little side conversations.
I heard that, but I just thought he was just
a
regular person.
You're not regular, babe. You're not regular. You're thinking about the future, and that means I can have a future with you.
Girl, well, you know what? Did you slide in the DMs?
Not yet, but he been liking my stories.
Oh, girl, you getting like on stories?
Oh, so
sliding. Well, okay. I don't know. I'm not gonna give you advice I want to do, but I feel like you should make something happen. So get us out the hood,
I'm
bitch,
trying to get us out the hood. You know what? I'm gonna try to get it out the hood because you know we've been working too hard for too motherfucking long.
I'm so oblivious of shit.
And you like to be oblivious, bitch. No, I like to be in the now, in the know. I want people to be like, you with that nigga? Do you know who he is? Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Does he know who I am? That's the real fucking team. But let's talk about niggas that not know bitches worth. Can we talk about this Twitter thread? What part of our story time?
Girl, this Twitter thread got the bitches suck it. Wait, I said suck it?
What the fuck does that mean? I was thinking in the sunken place, and I was gonna go with it.
I meant to say shook it. Yeah, y'all. This Twitter thread got the bitches shook it. Like, what?
Been shook.
See, I wasn't too shocked because I already knew niggas hated us. I've already been in the now about this shit. But the bitches were like, wow, niggas really hate us. Yeah, girl, niggas really hate y'all bitches.
So this Twitter thread of men with girlfriends, active boyfriends, talking how much they actually hate their girlfriends.
Yeah.
And I think that is very bold of you on a fine, beautiful Jesus day. I don't even fucking know what day it was, but I know the Lord was looking over this and he protected y'all niggas, because how the fuck are none of y'all dead yet? Like, how are you openly on Beyonce's internet talking about how much you don't like your girlfriend? Some niggas are saying they're repulsed by their girlfriends. They're not even attracted to them anymore. And I feel like these are your girlfriends. you know you can leave them, right? I mean, I'm as a person that's been recently broken up with, niggas, y'all can do that shit too. Y'all can leave these bitches.
Mhm.
But to stay with them and then be on this internet talking to how much you faked a cum and you spit on the bitch's back.
Girl.
That was the word. I said it. You spit on her back to say that it was cum?
Girl. So there's this lady, her name is the Queen Maker, and she was saying how most men are incapable of love. Like, they're just not capable of actually loving a woman. So I think, I don't know.
But they love their niggas. They love their bros.
Girl, I really don't want
These niggas is gay.
Girl, you know my theory. Well, I don't know. One time I called you and I told you my little tranny story, bitch. Girl.
Okay.
So yeah. And I really don't want to believe that men are like incapable of love. But the more and more I hear about the stuff men do, it's like, do y'all even love your women? Like this, I was scrolling on TikTok. This man, right, was married to this lady for like, I think 17 years. They had 3 children together. One of the kids was diagnosed with a super, super rare cancer. So they raised a whole bunch of money to like help get his son to have the correct surgeries because he had to remove like 150 tumors. Like, it was bad. So boom, they're going through all that. This man leaves his family. This man leaves his family to be with some Colombian bitch. He transfers all his funds on some offshore account so the kids and his wife have nothing. And then he refuses to pay child support, and he makes himself some kind of sovereign whatever. So he doesn't get any legal fees, but his wife has to pay for his and her legal fees. How do you do that to someone that you're married to 17? These niggas hate us. You have to hate the bitch to do all that to someone and to make you and your 3 kids suffer. The son bitch, and he leaves with a 21-year-old from Colombia.
And that's why when we say that men will leave you for dead,
girl,
I'm literally, I swear to God,
niggas will leave you for dead.
I want to be the menace. I literally was talking to Sammy. I said, you live life as a menace. I think I'm going to have to take that on. I think I'm going to make it my mission to humble as many men until I die. Because I mean, respectfully, the dude that I was talking to, I said, I'm gonna fuck him and ghost him. I fucked him. I'm gonna ghost him because you don't know the backstory, but the man couldn't even cover up his red flags for a whole week. He couldn't cover up his red flags if he bleached them. That man is the same man I met a year or a half ago that I fucking ghosted. And I said, this man don't understand.
Wait, who is it?
I'm gonna let you know who this man is off camera.
Yeah.
But this man, Jesus couldn't even save him. He can't be delivered, even if it was from that one dude. I'm delivered, Andrew.
Right.
He couldn't, but that's nor here nor there.
Yeah, girl, let these niggas know what kind of menaces y'all are to society.
I told y'all, this is my year to be the villain. And that's my middle name today. Because you know what? The girls are back at it again.
The girls are back at it.
We are back at it again.
We're done talking about how awful you niggas are.
I'm going to be awful this year too, y'all. Trust me, I'm going to take so much pleasure in ruining y'all's fucking lives.
Ooh.
I want to be the reason why you guys are so fucked up for the next bitch. And you're over here wondering why.
You know what I always say? I love being a man's karma.
Please,
let me
bless
being
you
a
with some
man's
karma.
I love being the bitch who got away. I love being the bitch who you cry for. I love being that bitch because to see y'all suffer, it like, yes.
The girls are back at it again with another messy-ass episode of Sip and Spill.
The girls are back at it again with another messy-ass episode of Sip and Spill. We create conversations. Oh, wow.
Sip and wine.
I go by the name of that motherfucking Sammy.
And I'm ambitious, the villain, Teray. That was actually my middle name for today. That's why I felt it so strongly. I was like, I can't wait to say it. Villainary.
Can't wait to see the villain.
Villain!
My villain era has been since April. You know, I've been getting this black ass nails because I'm in my villain era. So, bitch, I think I was born in my villain era.
Only the radio can play me. Okay, right. So what is your ick of the week?
My ick of the week is pick-meshas. I hate bitches who do shit for the patriarchy, who do it up for niggas. And it's the funny thing is y'all never get picked. They always overlook y'all, and y'all do everything for the male attention, for the male ego, to get the males to like you. Just like that Pearl bitch. That tall, skinny white bitch.
She's still single.
I'm just like,
I can't take advice from a white bitch anyways.
Girl, and I'm like, everything you preach, you're not a virgin. You're not married. You're not attractive
at all.
Everything you preach.
Do you
you're
think
not.
that pick Mishas are more of the ugly bitches, or do you feel like
from my experience they
most
have
of the ugly
been.
bitches? Because even the bitch that you sent me, I was like, oh, she's kind of ugly. Like, I feel like you guys are so ugly, you get angry. And we always say, you can either be ugly or you can either be mean.
Yeah,
you can't be both. You can't be fat, you can't be mean. You can't be broke, you can't be ugly. There are so many things you can't be together, so choose your fucking struggle, bitch.
Choose your fucking struggle. So I just can't stand a bitch who just uplift the patriarchy. Bitch, we're supposed to be fighting together.
Hello?
Okay, so yeah, that's my ick of the week.
I love to tell niggas. I was like, before I even get you my give you my fucking stuff for the podcast, I'm like, we are feminist.
Yeah.
We say niggas ain't shit all the time. And
actually, we have not said niggas ain't shit.
I know, but I was literally telling this guy yesterday that followed our page. He was like, well, I mean, sometimes they aren't. I said, period. Period.
Okay.
So my ick of the week are people that don't understand you don't want to take a shot. I know this is prior to us doing this, but like when I went out with Honey, because Honey's not drinking. And so we went out yesterday and we were just going to Uptown to just have a hookah. Like just because we wanted to hookah before we went to karaoke. And this guy, like he bought...
Y'all did karaoke sober?
She did. I didn't. I took some shots at karaoke. Okay. But I said if I'm going to drink, I'm going to wait until we get to the last destination. I'm not going to take shots at every place because that's usually what I do. So we're in the section with these guys because he bought the section that we were in. And he was like, he bought a bottle. Mind you, he bought a bottle of 1800. Let's not even get into that. 1800 Reposado was
we are never satisfied. He bought a bottle, but he bought a bottle of 1800.
But
yes,
1800 Reposado is still 1800, not Reposado. Right. That's how I see it.
I love a bitch with some standards. Y'all get mad with bitches with some standards, but we love a bitch with some motherfucking standards.
And so the fact that he bought a bottle and it was Reposado and it was 1800, I was like,
that's my ick of the week.
That was my ick. And then so the fact of the matter is, he said, y'all drinking? And I'm like, no, we're not drinking. He said, what y'all want? I can get y'all something from the bar. And I'm like, no, we're not drinking.
He said it that fast? Yeah. What y'all want? I can get you something from the bar.
He was real extra with it. He was a nigga. This nigga had grills on and he was chewing gum. That don't even go together. Those two things don't go together. Why you chewing gum and you had a grill in?
Did it come out?
Girl, I don't fucking know, but it bothered me. Everything about that moment I was like, no. So either fucking way, he was all like, what y'all drinking? He was like, we're not drinking actually. He said, I ain't buy this bottle or nothing. Mind you, we were sitting there prior to him coming over there. He bought the bottle out, the section out. He said we could sit there. Just same thing that happened to us when we were at the address.
Okay.
So we get lucky because you're a bad bitch. So I'm over here just sitting there like, we didn't ask you to do any of this. You did this for you. So now you're trying to force me on the devil's juice? So yeah, if people say no, they don't want to take a shot, it has nothing to do with them not, like, you don't know their healing journey. You don't know
you don't know if they're going through AAA.
Exactly. Ooh. Not AAA. It's definitely AA, babe.
Well, there is a AAA, but they not the same chip. That's not what I'm going to say.
Like,
but
you don't understand why some people choose not to drink. So I feel like forcing people not to drink is so uncool of you. It's so icky.
Yeah.
Like, Sammy be trying to force my hand, and girl,
shut the hell up.
Of my week, bitch.
Okay, shut the hell up because you already drank. You say you drank on Sunday.
She's like, you want to drink with everyone but me, and I'm like, girl,
you drank on Sunday.
I am trying to see some abs. Y'all don't want me to prosper. I'm trying to be in Aruba naked as fuck.
Okay, if you
don't want that from me.
Not drinking at all, I wouldn't have said anything. But you literally drank yesterday, so
I drank like 3 shots,
and you drank 2 shots today. So you're on the same page.
You're insane.
Okay.
Let's get to some wine facts so we can get into some motherfucking tea time.
Tea time. Shout out to Melissa for sponsoring this wine for the week.
Go Melissa. With that fat ass.
She do got a big booty. This is E18 Maurizio.
E18? Is that how you say it? Are you sure?
E18, yeah.
Can I see, please?
IDI. It's an Italian wine. It's a chocolatey wine. It's to remind us that each full moon comes with the dawning of a new day. It has 13% alcohol content.
I think it was so cute that you wrote it down when you could have read it from the bottle, because that's literally what it I was reading it on the bottle while you were saying it. That's why I thought it was funny, not anything else.
Okay. Yeah, girl, because we don't write down the wine facts.
We don't anymore.
I'm going to write down the wine facts.
So you know what? She is actually on her shit. She got it on a paper. She over here writing the shit down. I got it on my phone, y'all, but y'all can't tell because my phone's still small. I love the color. It's giving communion
The
wine.
fact that he's not here is
So let's get into some motherfucking tea time.
tea time.
Travis Kelce.
Mhm.
We've been trying to mind our fucking business for a long time,
Mhm.
a little bit, because we've been seeing Taylor Swift around, and we was kind of curious, because we was like, you was on your black tip for a long time. And you know they always say you go black, you don't go back.
Mhm.
So what made you revert? I don't know, but this is what's conclusions. We don't know if it's true, but the internet been talking and we've been listening, okay?
Mhm.
So it's was said, not sure if this is true. You can confirm it with us, Travis Kelce. You know where to find us. So that he dates women with money so he doesn't have to spend money on them. Because he said that they said that the entire relationship that he was in with her name was what, Kayla, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
Kayla, she made her own money and that she was the one that was spending and he does not want to spend a dime. And you know that they said that Taylor Swift is a billionaire. She's, I think, worth, I believe they said.
I don't think she's a billionaire, but she's worth way more than him. I think it's like 300 million.
Yeah, she's way, he's worth 30 million.
Yeah.
And she's worth like
300.
Yeah, I think it was like 300 or it's around that range.
Yeah.
And I believe it because she owns all of her music and that's very rare when it comes to the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's a money grab. I don't know if it's a love grab, but the bitch made him turn into a Nazi because he looking crazy with that, he got that Hitler stash, babe.
He do. He looking like a state trooper.
A state trooper. That is what he looked like.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like a real white man. Because before, he was wearing ones. He was wearing
the fade.
Amari. He was wearing... He was with the shit. He was wearing off-white. Mm-hmm. Now this nigga, I'm pretty sure is in Vans. He probably has a few
it's
checkered
that
shirts.
Mustache and that
The
look.
mustache goes crazy.
It goes crazy. You see, I'm not surprised by any man reverting back to whiteness. It's expected. I'm not offended by it. As a white man dating a white woman, it's not surprising to me. We didn't say anything when Russell Wilson went from a white woman to Sierra.
Because he was doing better.
Maybe he's doing better in his white world. We're not involved in it, so we don't know. Isn't it making his sales for his games higher?
It has to be.
I think because everyone's talking about it. They're so invested.
I don't know why we're so invested. We're more invested in him dating Taylor Swift than we were when he was with a black woman.
Exactly. Well, it's because it's Taylor fucking Swift.
Yeah,
like
Taylor
she's
Swift.
not a regular woman.
I don't know. And she's not a regular white woman.
Yeah, she's not. She's Taylor Swift.
She's like
the
villain of white women. Like,
I don't know.
Love to hate Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I don't know why. She's so fucking sweet.
I don't know much about her besides Teardrops on My Guitar. So I really stay out of her, like, what she got going on.
Teardrops on My Guitar is insane.
Girl.
That was literally probably one of her first songs she dropped.
Well, that's really all I know about her. But I know for white women, she's like, that's like their Beyonce.
That is
so
their Beyonce.
I get it. Like, I get, like, why it's such a big deal that they're dating. I'm just not,
it's
like,
It's kind of like when
aware.
Meg Thee Stallion and that one fat nigga were dating. Who was it?
What fat nigga was she dating?
That one nigga. And we was like...
Moneybag?
Yeah, we was like... Yeah, when he was fat.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was both...
We thought it was publicity, so maybe this is another, like, publicity thing.
Maybe it is, but it's really causing a lot of negative attention to his game, and he really don't like it. Like, he's spoken up against how, like, it's...
Not even speaking up about it.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want my games to be a Taylor Swift show, so I don't
Then
know.
she can't come.
Well, maybe she wants to. Don't put me to be on the side of a white woman. So what I'm saying, maybe I'm like, she probably want to support her man, but regardless of, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised that a white man went back to a white woman. Is what they're supposed to do. It's their nature.
That's what they're supposed to do.
It is. It's their nature. So it's like it's not uncommon for a man to date a black woman and have a certain swag and then date a white woman. We are always responsible for our boyfriend swag. Like, you see the girlfriend effect, that little trend going on when he started dating a girl and he changed his swag.
He changed his swag completely.
It went
down.
And
it went down.
You think Taylor Swift would have accepted him looking like a white nigga?
Not a white.
You think Taylor Swift would date him looking like a white nigga? She would be like, she had to turn him white.
She had to.
So
you think he gonna revert back though, or you think he gonna stay white?
He might dip and dab. He might cheat on her with black bitches. Who knows?
Because white men love to fetishize black women.
He do. Whoever he.
But his ex-girlfriend is so cute.
Yeah, but maybe she didn't have the funds. Because you say he like bitches with money. Taylor Swift is the chess.
She is. She's
a checkmate.
She is like definitely like the Kim Kardashian of white woman.
Swift. Girl, let that white man get his money. I'm good for you,
You know
white
what?
man.
You know what?
Okay.
You're right. Because she
Good
been
for
looking,
you.
and she been looking for a while. So hopefully she's landed
She
on this
looking
plane.
for the hoes. No, she was looking for her husband, and she hopefully she found him in that whiteness. That little white couple having white babies.
So Keen Harris, we want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Are we surprised that all these celebrities' kids are saying that they don't live with their actual parents?
Well, remember one of the sisters said it too before.
Yeah.
One of the sisters said they never live with their parents, and I mean, it's just another case of celebrities choosing their fame over their kids. You know, they gotta make that money, baby.
Okay, so Keen Harris was on. I think his name was like
Funny Marco.
I don't think that man's funny, and he actually really makes my ass itch. I
enjoy Funny Marco videos when he was doing the Walmart stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like his like podcast shit it's purposely annoying.
That's his niche. He's cringe. He's like awkward. The man,
but he does it on purpose. Because he's not naturally cringe, but he makes it more cringe by how he
looks. His content don't bother me. I kind of watched a little bit of the videos of him and King today, and King, he seems we've seen King in a problematic light, but he really not problematic at all. Like, we thought the kid was a problem, but you know when he was going off on those Waffle House workers, and he was cussing them out, I mean, bitch, I'm doing all that extra shit. We're like, damn, why he doing that? It turns out he ordered a sandwich in with no pickles, and they made his sandwich and they put the pickles on top, not in the sandwich, on top of it, and poured water on it. So he was like,
so they did to piss him off.
Yeah, they were fucking with him. So that is why he went off the way he did, because why the fuck would
But you know, when it comes to videos that are viral, we only get half of the story. We never get
from that perspective,
we never get the
like
build
King
up.
was a problem.
We never get the build up. Like, we only get when the other person is
acting. That's why I never really get mad at the reactor, because I'm like, why? Especially when the reactor is black, I'm just like, okay, but because for the most part, black, we just mind our own business.
We like to mind our own business.
So when we're reacting to that, because we're aware of our blackness, and we're aware, like, if we snap over every little thing, it might be a problem. So as black people, we usually wait till it gets to like a crazy point to a snap. Can you imagine ordering a sandwich
and they put pickles on top,
not inside the sandwich, on top of the sandwich,
and then you put water on there to add insult to injury?
Bitch, you would have went off.
They was ready to get their cameras out. You remember when World Star was a thing? Where niggas would literally do the most. Say, World Star!
Girl! World Star
that was probably really loud. I'm so sorry, audience.
So yeah, now finding out that King was the grandma baby was not surprising.
But it's just too common.
Very common, especially in the black community.
I know, because even one of my very close friends, like, she's like, yeah, I had parents, but I was with my grandmother most of the time. Mm-hmm. And I remember there was a time where my mother and I
was a baby.
I remember a time where my mother and my sister lived with my grandmother, but I never was primarily with my grandma. So that's why when people talk about, like, do you check up on your grandma? I'm like, nah, fuck no.
Oh.
I mean, respectfully, with reason. But you know my family.
If it's with reason, I respect it.
My family's a money grab, cash out, motherfucking what you could do for me. I love y'all, but I ain't the one, and I ain't the second.
Okay.
So with that being said, let's get into some more pressing matters.
Sister.
Women around the world are choosing to be single than to go back to their exes. And I'm going to applaud y'all for that. Because guess what? Spinning the block is not for everyone. Spinning the block is sometimes not even for celebrities. This woman found her husband, like you said, at a fucking bus stop. And she would rather be single than go back to him. She made an announcement. I love when celebrities talk to us when we didn't even ask the question. But here it comes. She said, dating might be difficult, sometimes even hard, but I would choose to be single other than to go back to my situation that's no longer serving me.
I think she came out because of the narrative people kept spinning against her. Like, they kept saying, like, anytime she would talk about how, dating is for her, they were like, oh, just go back to your husband, go back to your husband, go back to your husband, go back to your husband. So she got tired of people kept saying that to her. So she's like, bitch, I'm tired. Because if y'all see the little thread, Tia was snapping back. She kept telling everyone, boo boo. You don't know, boo boo. She was snapping on all you hoes. She's tired of y'all's mouth. And Tia wants to let y'all know her marriage was so bad.
She'd rather be single.
She'd rather be single than to go back to something that no longer serves her.
But this is how I also feel like, I think that because there's such a long-standing narrative that most people always are stringing along with their ex for years and years and years. And as someone that doesn't participate in that as well, I understand what she says. I don't string it along for years and years and years. If you do have the opportunity to spin the block and it doesn't work, it's the end of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's never like, he was such a good man to you. Why would you, like, because when I broke up.
But how would they know that he was such a good man? I want to know how you know these things. It's because a little sprinkle of happiness you saw.
Exactly.
Y'all thought he was a good man.
I'm saying, for example, when I broke up with my boyfriend that I was with for 7 years, my mother and my sister literally hounded me. And they were like, do you think you're going to find someone better? Do you not think that you guys could have worked it out? Do you not think that you can be married to him? I said, I broke up with him for a reason.
Right.
Like, they're like, what if he doesn't take you back? I said, I'm not going to take him back. And I'm not even trying to be funny. And I say this so proudly. Most of my exes want me back. It's never the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my exes, say it with me, y'all. Most of my exes want me back. It's never the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
And if I allow them to spin the block, it's because sometimes maybe I'm bored or maybe I'm in my feelings that time. But let's not spin that narrative that just because you were with someone for a long period of time, that meant that it was a great relationship.
Girl, yes. And there's this new saying that I learned. It's called tolerable unhappiness. And I think that's what most people operate on.
What most men operate on.
That's what a lot of men operate on, because a lot of men operate on this, they also expect us to operate on this. And that's why they're always shocked when we divorce them. They're always like, I never saw it coming. I never saw it. Like Tyrese, he said, I never saw divorce coming. But if you study Tyrese, he is a classic narcissist.
And he's a problematic.
He's a very problematic man. So of course he saw it come. I'm sure she told him time and time again how unhappy she was. But he always saw it as a tolerable unhappiness because they operate in that light.
Mm-hmm.
So I think because of the tolerable unhappiness, they expect you to be like, well, it should be okay enough for you to tolerate.
Yeah.
You know, they never feel like
men are taught happy wife, happy life. So they're not men are not taught to prioritize their happiness. And I hate that for them.
They're not.
And it's okay that you haven't prioritized your happiness, but doesn't mean you're gonna stunt mine. Just because you're not happy, don't mean I'm not gonna be happy.
And that's why they make threads on how much they hate their girlfriends, because they can be within a relationship and they can fucking hate you. I want you ladies to know that most of these niggas fucking hate you.
Like fucking, what is his name said? What is Frank Ocean said? What do you think made for? Is she just a container for? No. What is it? Vessel for the child?
I don't know.
He said, "What do you?" I think that's the words. I don't want to look them up, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, a nigga who actually likes you is not gonna see you suffer. A nigga who actually likes you is not gonna dismiss your feelings. A nigga who actually likes you is not gonna look you in your face and tell you don't deserve a ring. A nigga who likes you is not gonna look at you and tell you don't deserve flowers. So if you're dealing with this kind of shit, that means your nigga hates you. And I need bitches to be aware that most of y'all niggas hate y'all.
And but since they're hating y'all and y'all are probably gonna be the ones having to break up with them, let's get into the top of the conversation, which is post-breakup healing. Which
it has nothing to do with
yeah, because I mean, we talking about Tia, and Tia's healing.
She is
outside of her breakup. What she's doing is healing to her, like making her little Instagram videos where she's having the time of her fucking life by herself. She's a TikToker now.
She's being so unproblematic, and y'all still find a problem with it. She's just trying to move on.
Because how dare you be two children deep, unmarried, divorced, and happy. And dating.
How dare
I'm telling
you?
Y'all, we already know.
According to society, she's low value. She doesn't have anything left to offer. And we were saying earlier, we saw The Golden Bachelor. You can find love at any motherfucking time, because these people are in their 60s and their 70s finding love. So don't let anyone tell you too old to do shit.
That's a fact.
But anyways, let's get into our motherfucking episode. And we're going to get into the 7 stages.
So when it comes to the 7 stages of grief after a breakup, it says breakup is not something that hits you with one single wave. It actually hits you in phases. And so with that, there's phase 1, which is shock. It's the immediate thing that happens right after, somebody breaks up with you or you break up with someone. Do you feel like people that break up with someone feel shock, or they're like, nah, this shit was coming?
I think both happens.
Okay.
Because you get blindsided sometimes, and sometimes there's some breakups where you see it coming.
Because like I know there have been times where like I've been broken up with, and it like happened in the moment, and I feel like it might have been like y'all. We're not even gonna get into my trauma right now. So fuck that. We're not gonna trauma dump, okay? But the second stage is denial. You're not believing that you got broken up with. You are in your delulu state. I feel like that is the worst part when you're like delusional. You're like, there's no way he broke up with me. I'm so fucking awesome. Third stage is isolation. You don't want to be around motherfuckers because you just got broken up with. Who the fuck wants you? Your nigga don't even want you. Fourth stage is anger, because now you're in your villain era, which I'm in now, where you're deciding to take it out on any fucking person that comes across you. The next stage is depression. Hopefully I don't hit that stage, but depression is next. After the anger, you're depressed, you're sad, you're in your feelings. You're like, what the fuck? I thought we were so in love. I thought this was forever. And then it's the emotional roller coaster where you don't know if you're mad, you're angry, you're sad, denial, shock. It's all happening at once. And then the last stage, what takes you over and makes you at the brighter side of the fucking rainbow is acceptance. You accept this breakup for what it is. You understand that y'all are no longer together, and you start living your life and moving on.
What a creative way to go through that.
That I know. I did that. I think it's because I'm going through it right now. I feel like this is my lemonade right now.
Okay.
My lemonade era right now.
You felt that.
I did.
Yeah.
So have you felt any of those? And which one do you feel like affects you the most and or hurts you the most?
I really don't. When I get broken up with or break up with someone, I don't go through the 7 stages. I don't have the denial. I know I got broken up with. I know the breakup is happening. I really go straight to anger because who the fuck is you trying to break up with me? Why did you break up with me? Why did you end this relationship? How dare you end this relationship? And after I go through the anger, I just go straight to acceptance because I'm just like, you know what? This nigga broke up with me. So I guess it's time for me to pop my pussy up and hoe around.
So nothing about those none of them are hard for you? You just do it all at like just
I think the hardest part for me is the anger. Because that's like, oh.
I think, and it's so crazy because when it's talking about stages, they're talking about like it's like linear. But I'm like, I think when I got broken up with, my first emotion was acceptance. Because remember when I texted you, I texted Samantha, literally, y'all. I texted her the night before. I said, I can go on a trip with you. We broke up. And so the next day she comes in and she's like, are you okay? I'm like, girl, I'm tired. Like, yes, I'm okay. Like, I accepted the breakup. And then I see this nigga in person, and the next thing you know is the emotional roller coaster. Because I'm like, I thought I dealt with all these emotions. I thought I was good. I thought I was ready for this breakup. And then I wasn't. I wasn't. And I feel like sometimes still more than most, I feel like I'm in acceptance. But it's like
you're in acceptance till you see them.
Yeah. And I feel like when he's out of sight, out of mind, I solely believe that. But he's making it a fucking mission to not be forgotten.
Out of sight.
He does not want to be forgotten. He wants to be the best thing I've never had because this man does not want to not exist in my presence. So, you know, the hardest part of all this right now is acceptance because he doesn't want to accept it. We don't want to accept it. So I don't even know. That's the hardest part for me right now.
Okay.
While I'm going through it, it's the acceptance.
Is this like a therapy session for you?
I don't know. It's giving very much like denial of acceptance. That's the hardest part right now because it's like, do I really accept it, or am I in denial that I'm accepting where we're at right now?
I feel like you kind of accept it.
I did, but I just feel like because when he
whenever you see him again, I'm
triggered.
You're triggered,
and that's why I feel like I don't want to be triggered by him anymore. So I'm like, am I really accepting it?
Because then why would you still be triggered?
Exactly. That's what I say to myself.
Well, we learned that healing is not linear. It's a roller coaster. So you're just going through your roller coaster.
So what was your worst breakup that you've had?
I have 2 that I feel like is kind of the same, kind of bad. I don't know. It has to be between my kind of abusive ex. I don't want to say kind of abusive because
you remember you said that Walmart throwing shit at each other?
That was only one time it ever got physical. So it wasn't.
But abuse comes in different forms. That's the only thing I remember him by, though.
The fact that I say abusive ex, so you know
exactly who we were talking about.
But I would say he was definitely verbally abusive. Yeah, that was damn. Yeah, he was an abusive ex. Yeah, he was. So between that and the man who stole money from me, I really don't know which one's worse.
And weren't they back to back?
No, they weren't. Well, they were the next one. Yeah,
they were back to back.
They were. And I think after
that's probably why you've been single for so long, because you've been traumatized.
Well, I had a man after that.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a long term. It was like what?
Well, then if we're not calling long term, then I've had several men after that.
You've had several men after that. But Sammy's tolerance level for men now has went down tremendously.
So down.
Like, you breathe wrong, Samantha's already calling someone that's
calling the cops.
Been in line waiting for her. So
what happened that made it so bad was the breakup with that one ended because he helped me move from where I was living to a different city, and for some reason he wanted my keys. And I'm just like, why do you want my keys? Like, give me my keys. He wouldn't give me my keys back. And I'm just like, okay, can I have my keys? And he threw my keys in my face. And he was pretty much like, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, just whatever. Because I was breaking up with him after he had just literally helped me move. And I should have been smart.
Probably waited, yeah.
And waited to break up with him after the moving was done. But it was literally right when I got to my driveway.
You're like, well, thanks for the move. Can I have my keys, Zach?
I was breaking up with him. So he got mad, and it was a whole bad altercation. But it can't be that bad because I fucked him a couple times after that. So
it couldn't have been that bad.
So yeah. The other one was we actually got into it really, really, really bad because I was just mad about how much I was paying for the apartment and how he wasn't helping me with it. And I think that's when I really, 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 really got turned up because that was my first and last broke man. Like, I tried, look, for how bad I talk about broke men, I tried one. I did, and it was miserable. So you bitches who date broke men, like,
I know y'all are hurting.
Oh my God, y'all are hurting.
I know y'all chest hurt real fucking bad.
Oh my God, dealing with a man who can't even pay for your date, who can't pay for your drinks. God bless you. Like, it's oh my God.
And I was telling my sister earlier, it is so important to me to date a generous man.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, y'all, when y'all hear how I'm talking about my most recent ex-man, you're like, oh, she probably hates him. He was the most generous fucking boyfriend I've ever had in my entire life. Yeah. And he raised the standard of what I expect from men that I date. And I love that for me. Because I'm glad that you elevated me and not allow me to just let men do the bare minimum.
Because I've been trying to tell this bitch to date niggas with money. She always try to be stuck in her ways.
I know, and I told y'all, I'm done dating niggas for
who they are. No.
I don't give a fuck who you are. So it makes me think of my worst breakup that I had. And you remember, I don't know if you realized how sad I was when me and the felon broke up.
The felon?
I mean, he's a felon. He's a felon. I literally, like...
I feel like every girl goes through their felon phase.
And that was the only felon I ever had. But
that was your only felon?
Yeah, and I thought I was so in love with this man. Like, y'all, I was going to be his third baby mama. Ooh. We were planning on having a baby. Like, when I tell you...
do you think it was so bad because how much time y'all spent together?
I think it was. I'm telling you, we were a very high sensory relationship.
We were
literally, like, every time I'm talking to my friends, they're like, what are you doing? I'm with him. I'm with him.
You saw that man like 3 times a week?
No, I saw him 5 times a week. We would work out together, and then I would go to work. After I get off of work, I'll either go over his house or he'll come over my house. Like, the days I was off, I was with him. I was seeing him more than I was seeing my friends. Mm-hmm. And it was literally so fucking much that when he broke up with me, I was devastated. Like, I'm just like, I didn't want kids. You made me believe that I wanted kids. You made me believe that I wanted, like, I don't know if he's like a fucking magician or like a fucking...
Maybe because you were just so attracted to him.
I was so attracted to him.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about the way that our offspring would have offsprings.
We're attracted to.
Because the offspring would have looked amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, he's aesthetically probably the best looking man I've ever been with in my entire life, in my opinion. But a lot of my friends don't agree because they were like, oh, he's all right. I was like, no. Because the thing is with me, I'm such a slow burner with a lot of guys that I date. I'm like, he's all right. I don't ever initially am so fucking attracted to someone. And I was so fucking attracted to him.
I hate when that happens, when you're initially so fucking attracted to someone.
I was so attracted to this man. Like, I'm telling you, the things that I was planning with this man, I wanted to get a house with this man. The man had me so fucked up in my feelings, I went to a fucking psychic about him.
Yes,
sit there
you
and think about it.
did.
Sit there and think about it. I
You
went to a
did.
psychic to talk about him. I was spending money weekly to ask her, like, how does he feel about me? This man had me fucked up. And I was like,
Wow.
to sit here and think about it now. I say, you Chris. Because it's like, I don't even feel that way about him no more.
At all.
How could you be so in love with someone to the point where I thought I was broken? I literally cried almost every fucking day. I remember the day we broke up, he came over to, like, you know, get his shit and, you know, everything. We had sex. And after we had sex, I started crying.
Damn.
Like, I was so oh my God. And that's why when I think about my breakup that I'm going through now, it's like, if I can go through a breakup like that, because I'm telling you, if y'all don't know how much I was crying, I cried a lot.
I didn't know how much you were crying, girl.
I mean, well, we were friends, but it's like, I wasn't telling you how sad I was.
Yeah.
Like, I can say for the breakup I'm going through now, I probably cried maybe once or twice. I cried the day that we broke up, and then I cried, I don't know, I cried way less this breakup, because that breakup was so fucking bad, y'all. I had to go to therapy. That's why I started going to therapy, because of fucking, I was about to say that nigga's name. Jesus.
I'm glad you didn't.
Breakup was so bad. I started going to therapy. Y'all, that man had me fucked up. And I can't even believe sitting on this motherfucking couch, I'm talking about it.
Talk about it, bitch, because you're not the only bitch that this has happened to. This is a common thing for bitches. Some of you bitches need to go to therapy after your breakup.
It was so bad. Like,
and I'm glad you have the mental power to know I need to go to therapy.
I need to go to therapy because it was actually disgusting how sad I was.
Mhm.
I did not want to leave the house. I didn't want to do anything. Everything reminded me of him because we spent so much time together. We did so many things together. A lot of things correlated to, damn, we do this together all the time. Like
Right.
clockwork. We're either on the phone, we're texting. Like, it was such a high sense of relationship that now when I'm dating someone, quality time is the last thing that I want with you.
Damn, that nigga fucked you up
He
bad.
fucked me up so bad. And I can't wait to fuck him up.
Okay.
He gonna get his revenge. I can't wait. I don't know when or how, but I'm getting him back.
So, sis, how did you heal from this trauma?
Well, from that trauma specifically, or any in specific, I mean, the first thing I did was, with that one, I went to therapy. I had to go to therapy. I could not relinquish the control of thinking we were gonna get back together.
Mhm.
I had so much faith that we were so in love that we were gonna get back together.
Okay.
And when he spun the block, it didn't give me the same effect. I was like, oh, he gives me the ick. Another way that I healed was I started doing things that I liked again. Like, I started doing things that I liked and was doing it by myself. Because you start doing things by yourself, you're okay with your singleness.
Mm.
When you think that you always need someone to do something with you, that's when you, like, you know? Another thing that I feel like I did for healing from that relationship was making my friends a priority again, because they weren't a priority in that relationship at all. Like, I knew the next man that I dated, I'm going to still include my friends when I'm, like, sometimes going out with him, and I'm going to include my friends in, like, you know, my weekly things, because I literally did not see my friends at all in that relationship. So it felt kind of like, who the fuck can I call? Who can I run to?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I healed. How did you heal from your relationships?
I think just staying single and just
That does help.
I was just like, I'm sick of this. I'm done. Like, I just kind of like gave up on dating men for a long time. And I'm just now getting back out there to dating men, you know. But like, I sprinkle it sometimes. Sometimes I date a man for a little bit and like it gets serious, and then it's just, so it just really was how, because I feel like now that I'm dating men, I'm much more like healthier in the way I date. So that actually helped me to deal with to heal from it.
Okay, so that's even funnier because we were about to get into it. Like, either what is the best option for most people? Should they just jump in to relationships, or should they, you know, sit in their feelings?
I just think it depends on how toxic the relationship is.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a super toxic relationship, or if it didn't last really long, I don't see anything wrong with jumping into the next thing. If it was something that it was like abusive, or, you know, your husband died or your girlfriend died, or it's like something really tragic happened, or, you know, it just wasn't the best relationship for you, sitting in your singleness might be the better option because you want to make sure you're fully healed before you jump into something else because so you won't run into the same cycle of of being in that abusive relationship. So
I
it all depends. I feel like there's nothing wrong with jumping in if it's
I was gonna say I guess it all is situational
Mhm.
because I know that I remember when my most recent relationship, we broke up on a Monday and I had a date on a Friday, and I was telling my friend about it, and she was like, "Don't you think you should heal?" And the thing is, to me, I didn't think that I had any healing to have to do because like we said, women always see when a breakup is going to happen, and I was telling my friend like weeks prior, I'm like, by the way that things are going, I absolutely feel like we're gonna break up. I'm like, so I'm feeling like I'm processing a breakup already before it already happened.
Yeah.
So like when we officially broke up, I'm like, okay, well now I can go on a date and and it's like I
'Cause
guess
you already knew it was gonna happen.
I know. So it's like, and the thing is, can not two things be true at once? Because people say that, well, you're not healing when you're dating. Sometimes someone that you're dating heals a part of you that you didn't know that was broken.
Yeah.
Like they're giving you things that you didn't remember that you missed out on because you were dating someone that wasn't shit. So I feel like it literally is just all about how you see it and what you are looking for. If you're dating intentionally, I absolutely do believe that healing is very important. But sometimes dating should be fun, y'all. Stop thinking that every man is going to be your fucking husband because they're fucking not. If you want to fuck a nigga and ghost him, you are absolutely allowed to do that shit. Do it.
Sometimes it might be good for your soul.
Honestly, like one up that nigga just because it felt good for you. But don't do it to someone you actually fucking like.
Sometimes it's okay to be a free coochie giver upper.
Exactly. And I feel like I don't give a fuck if I'm the villain in your story because I'm purposely the villain in your story because I made it that way. There is never a nigga that can say that I did some shit to him and he can one up me. No, if I fucked you and left you on red, it's because I fucked you and left you on red.
Yeah.
I made that decision consciously.
So we kind of already got into how breakups can be for the best. And let's talk about how men and women handle breakups differently. So go ahead with the men.
So for my experience, I don't know if this is for everyone, so I can only speak for myself. I know that most times men feel things on the back end. Like men will do things impulsively because they feel like that's the right decision or they are standing citizens or they will do the right away and they deal with things backwards. As for women,
as for women, I think we just cry immediately.
Yeah.
We're really sad at first.
Yeah.
And then after that, we talk to our friends. And after that, our friends convince us to go out. And then after that, we have the time of our motherfucking lives.
A ball, bitch.
And then we re-remember the bad bitches that we are. And then we found another man. And I feel that's our like little routine when we get broken.
That is very true because I feel like once you start feeling yourself again, you can't get your bitch. Once you start feeling yourself again, your nigga can't get his bitch back. I'm sorry.
You can't get your bitch back.
Because the moment I feel like I'm better than you, why would I go back to something that no longer serves me?
Right. And then at that moment when you want to get your bitch back, we're over that point. So it's like our timeline is so fucking different as men and women. It's so different
because it's like if you try to get your woman back, it's easier to get it back in the beginning than it is if it's because we looked at this article. They said it takes anyone that's been together for at least a year, 3 to 6 months to get over somebody, give or take. So the more time it is, it's harder for you to get your woman. But the more time it is for y'all keep thinking about it. Y'all are regretting what y'all did. And it's like, we're not going to collide because we're passing each other.
Yeah.
Because by the time you're ready to talk about it,
we gotten over it.
Yeah. So what are some tips that someone can do to heal from a relationship?
My tips might be a little toxic, but I think this is a foolproof plan. I think as soon as you break up, you better start drinking and partying. Start drinking and partying, shaking your ass, doing what the fuck you want to do. But you know what? After you're done drinking and partying, you're going to lean on people around you and talk to your friends. And be like, bitch, I've been drinking and partying this whole time and doing all this crazy shit. And then she going to redirect you and be like, bitch.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but one of my friends did that and it turned her into a fucking raging alcoholic. Like the sadness.
She must have a different personality.
The sadness that she felt in her relationship literally projected into her drinking, and she turned into a horrible drunk. Like when I say horrible, I told you about her.
Yeah.
I said she's going through something. I don't know how to talk to her about it, but it's getting increasingly worse.
Some people have an addictive personality, so when you have that, if you're that personality type, then that shit is just gonna turn you into a monster. But if you don't have one,
She said, if you don't have one.
I think you should just have a good time. Like, you know, as women, we want to cry and be sad and do all that shit. But just make sure you also have a good time in between that. Cry and then wake up and be like, okay, I'm a bad bitch. I'm gonna have fun today.
That's funny because one of mine that I put, because I'm gonna put mine with yours so I don't have to repeat it. I literally said, sit in your feelings, but don't let them overwhelm you. Because the moment you allow that sadness to take over you, you're not gonna think that you're anything outside of the breakup.
Right.
And I'm letting y'all bitches know right now, you're gonna always find better. Your mind is going to manifest that man. The delusion is gonna get you that man. It's gonna get you everything that you need. Just believe that you can have that. Because if you think that your ex is the best that you can do, not a nigga breaking up with you is the best you can do.
I want women to start operating in an abundance mindset. We have to know that 50% of the population are males. So you have a great chance. And as a woman, every time you walk out the house, a nigga is going to want to talk to you. So we have a great chance. So yeah, please, after you've done your little whole partying phase, lean on your friends, because then they're gonna let you know that, bitch, you gotta rear yourself back to motherfucking together. You gotta gather yourself up, and then after that, you can focus on your healing. And the way you can focus on your healing is finding a hobby. You can write your feelings down. You can, do different things that can bring you back to a place you were before you found this man that ruined your life.
I ruined your life. Well, she already said my other one, which was find some hobbies and find like-minded humans. So let's not say that one. My next one is set firm boundaries. I feel like it's so
that's a good one.
Hard when you
set boundaries
when you first break up with someone, you want to fuck them because it's easier.
Because baby, the dick was dicking the whole time.
Do you remember what I told you? I said, I don't even want to say it on camera, honestly. No, I'm not going to say what I fucking said because I said it to all my friends. I was like, I just miss,
Because like, when the dick was dicking the whole time, I'm like, damn, why not?
You know, fuck it, y'all, I'm drinking. So I'm going to say, I said, I miss raw sex and getting cummed in. That's literally what I kept saying. I literally said, I miss like ejaculation in my vagina. So I said, that's why I want to fuck him. I want to feel that again. But I'm like, the firm boundaries is I got to stop texting him when I get drunk. And I feel like he probably thought I was going to text him yesterday. That's probably why he was out. Because he was like, I'm going to be ready for this text today. That's what he was thinking I was going to be. I said, I'm one step ahead of you, baby. Because I know we not going to have sex until we hear that talk. We not going.
So you are planning to have sex with him again?
Of course. Why not?
Okay, let's get some questions. What's the best advice you received after a breakup?
I think the best advice that I've ever heard when it comes to a breakup is sometimes things are not happening to you, they're happening for you. So don't think of this rejection as the end of all. It's probably just you need to focus on something else right now. I feel like more times than not, we have to really think about a breakup as a blessing. Because when I say sometimes that when someone breaks up with me, I'm glad that they did because I probably would have never had the courage to break up with them.
Okay.
So how do you feel about that?
About your answer, or
no, about your question, bitch?
Okay, what's the best advice I received after a breakup is that a breakup's like a scar. After a while, you get over it, but the little mark is still there.
Yeah.
And you carry that mark with you to the next relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's very true. Because even though you want to make every relationship you enter with someone new, you still carry the baggage of the old relationship. So yeah, I remember and it's okay, because those baggage of those old relationships sometimes tells you to make better decisions. So I feel like that's the best first advice I've ever received.
Okay, so my question is, what's the worst part about the healing process?
Is the no sex, honestly.
You think you can't heal while having sex?
No, girl, you can't heal while having sex.
They say to get over somebody, get under somebody.
Oh, well, if that's the type, that is a type of healing.
And sometimes it works though.
Has it worked for you?
It has.
Yeah.
After my therapy and my breakup with what's the name, when I had my phase, the phase was phasing.
Okay.
And that's why I said when he spun the block, he didn't have that much of an effect on me, because I was like, it made me realize how vanilla our sex was. Like, our sex was so vanilla. I'm like, now I'm trying to have a child with you and you over here fucking me like unseasoned chicken.
That's hilarious. Okay, my next question is, what was the most toxic thing you did after a breakup?
Most toxic thing I've ever done after a breakup. Damn, I don't think I've ever hit something toxic yet after a breakup. Oh, after a breakup. This was with my 7-year relationship, y'all. And the thing is, the reason why it's so toxic is because I didn't even want that nigga. The new bitch he was talking to blocked me on his personal and his business account. So I told him I'm gonna beat that bitch's ass. I'm gonna go to his job and beat that bitch's ass. That's what I told him.
Okay.
That's the most toxic thing.
Because she blocked you?
Yes, because he didn't even know she blocked me.
But over a block though?
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna beat that bitch's ass. Because I was like, and the thing is, what makes it so toxic is I didn't even want him.
Yeah.
So why would I tell him I'm gonna beat his bitch's ass? Because I didn't even want him.
Right. Okay.
That's what makes it even worse. I said, not me saying I'm gonna beat that bitch's ass and knowing damn well, I don't want you, babe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the most toxic thing I ever did. My question is, who do you think takes breakups harder, men or women?
I really don't know who takes breakups harder. I just think breakups affect men and women at different times.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I think at one point a woman's taking it harder, and then at one point a man's taking it harder. But between the two, I don't know who's taking it harder. The one thing I would say, it's easier for a woman to find a new partner than it is for a man.
I think we said because men are very reluctant to find a new partner because they.
But men will find a whole bunch of bitches to fuck.
Yeah, but they're reluctant to date actively. Like with purpose.
Yeah, they're just gonna fuck a whole bunch of bitches after the breakup, and we're just gonna go on nice dates and never
nice
give
dates.
No
Heavy on nice dates. Because anybody that's been dating me now, I'm like, plan a date, babe. Because if not, I'm not a
date. We're
bitch.
not going out.
And then I said all the time, I'm at this grown ass age. I'm not pulling up on you. Like, sorry. And if I do, you know what category you in. So thank you all for following us on this journey about post breakup healing. I hope that we said something that might have helped you, might have like triggered something, and like, you know what? Guess what? You're going to start your process today or tomorrow or the next day. And healing is not linear. But while it's not linear, you can still follow the bitches on all social media platforms at The Real Spill, except Twitter, which is
Sip and Spill One.
It gets a 5-star rating for some 5-star
bitches.
Oh.
I sip wine, kick my feet up when I get tired. And as I recline, take another sip, let my thoughts unwind. Sipping and spilling it. Sipping and spilling the tea. Sipping and spilling it.